Hey YouTube, this is Jacob with Good to Go Gear. Here to do a review. I've done this one before and deleted it. This is on the Esbit. What is this called? Like the Esbit alcohol stove. This is the flame adjuster, and the watertight lid has a black seal, like rubber gasket in there. And I'll say this, I've actually put the lid on it. I'll do it. Put the lid on it, and that rubber gasket seals it up. And well, I'll just leave that off because it doesn't really matter. You can shake it. And it doesn't drip. It actually does a very good job. Because I was worried about putting it in my 511 Rush 72 kit, because that's kind of my everyday carry bag. And I didn't want it to just be in there, you know, falling around and leaking alcohol all over everything. And in truth, it doesn't. It's moist right there. I want to make sure it wasn't alcohol, but it might have been from when I set it down. But truthfully, the first time I used this Esbit alcohol stove, I was pissed. I have very little tolerance for stupidity, or for shit not working the way it's advertised. And the first time I used this, I bought this. When did I get this, Anna? It was cold. Was it January? Alright. It was December, January, and it was cold. And cold in Texas is kind of relative. It does get butt-fuck cold sometimes, but it was not one of those days. And I have 50% isopropyl alcohol in here. It didn't say it had to be 100% isopropyl alcohol, 90%, 70%. Didn't say it had to be iso heat. It just said alcohol. So I bought the cheapest shit I could find, which was 50% isopropyl alcohol from Walmart. I think we paid, what, like 50 cents? Paid 50 cents for like 5 bottles of it. And I put it in here. Well, like I said, it was the winter time, and it was cool. And I think it was 54 degrees outside that day. And I was outside in the garage in Midland, and I had I think it's the same cookie sheet set up on the tailgate of my truck. And I had my what's that stuff called? The Pathfinder stove, the Pathfinder canteen kit, but it wasn't the canteen, it was like the bottle. And I had like the oven and the little metal stainless steel cup and the bottle, and I poured the water poured the water into the bottle, filled it up, and stuck this underneath the little stove it comes with and put it on top. Well, first off, I was pissed because I couldn't get the thing to fucking light. I'll show you. This is the same one. This, by the way, I am impressed with this. What is this? This is a UST Fire Striker, Ultimate Survival Technologies Fire Strikers, and it works like a champ. I probably shouldn't be doing this in the house. My wife doesn't seem to mind right now, so. But let me stand up and show you. But this I've been using for a little while. You know, when occasion calls for it. Wow. Throw shavings. It kind of lit. But it burned itself right back out. Oh shit, don't get on the carpet. There it is. Well, nope. Burned itself back out. Alright, see, this is kind of what pissed me off the first time I tried to do this. What they don't tell you about this shit is that if the alcohol is cold, like this shit's just room temp. It's been in my bedroom and it's what, like 70 something degrees in the house, 71, 72. I mean, it's not super cold in the house. It might even be up to 73, I don't know. But if it's not super warm in the house or wherever you're at, it won't light. I had to do it like this the last time. Now, once you let this paper towel burn up and it warms the rubbing alcohol and everything up, it will stay lit. But when it's even in the 70s, people, it won't light. And I think this right here, didn't we switch this out in the 70% rubbing alcohol right now? Because I thought, my wife and I were at the Walmart some other time, and I was thinking about this, and I was like, maybe it's because it's only 50% rubbing alcohol. So we bought 70%. I think we've since bought 90%, but I don't think we switched it out yet. But yeah, it frustrated me. And so anyway, I got it like this. The paper towel finally, it will burn out and go out. And so once it burned itself out and went out, I pulled the paper towel out, set it on here, and then I put the Dave Canterbury Pathfinder School stove back on top, put the cup back on top, and let it sit there for 25 minutes. And to let it burn. And what I found out was after 25 minutes of sitting on top of the direct flame. Now granted, I was outside, but it was underneath the stove, so it was protected from the wind, but it was still 54 degrees. It wouldn't boil. I couldn't get it to come to a boil. I mean, it wouldn't even, like, it was just, after 25 minutes, it was just barely at a fucking bubble. You know, like when water's getting ready to boil, it'll get these little micro bubbles in it. It was just getting those after 25 minutes. So, we're inside. My watch has a thermometer on it. I'll take it off my scanner, it'll give it a false reading. So that can't be right. It's saying it's 86 degrees in the house right now. And where's that little thing we have with the weatherman thing? That tells you what the temperature is inside, outside, everywhere. Yeah, this thing, as a matter of fact, I'm impressed as hell with it, with the UST.
72.
Yeah, so it's 72 degrees inside my house. This was just sitting up on top of my dresser, getting ready for me to make this video. So I mean, it was room temp until I lit it. So you're looking at 72, 73. I mean, I might even give it 74 degrees, and it wouldn't hold a flame. Now, the last time I screwed with this, because it really pissed me off back in January when it wouldn't light for me. Oh, and then, heaven forbid, I don't know about with this paper towel on it, but if you use this flame adjuster, say you do it like that, I'll almost, maybe not with the paper towel in it, but I'll guarantee it'll snuff it out if the paper towel's not in it. It snuffed it out with it in it. So this thing is just, to me, useless. See, but that's not hot to the touch. Let me see if I can get it to light using this. Okay. So as you can see, once you get it to warm up, it'll light. But it took me forever and a day to figure that out last time. And that's not how this is really advertised to work. It's not supposed to be advertised to work like, okay, you know, if it's warm, if the conditions are right, if everything's fucking perfect, it'll work. It's advertised, you put a fucking flame to it, it's supposed to light. So I ordered this from Blade HQ. This is nothing against, you know, Blade HQ. They don't make the product, they just sell the product. And like I said, I ordered it from them, I think back in January, because it was cold. But it's nothing against them. I love Blade HQ. They're about the only place I will order my knives, and I have no relationship with Blade HQ. Never met anybody with Blade HQ. They don't send me shit for free. I wish they did, but they don't. But you know, it's nothing against them. I think it's just something defective either with my product, or maybe the product in general, or maybe it's me being a dumbass and not knowing how these things are supposed to work. I don't know. But on all these other videos where everybody else has them, you don't hear them saying, okay, wait a second. Alright, the alcohol temperature is 80 degrees. It's not windy outside. It's not cold outside. You know, it's going to work. They just light it the fuck up and it works. I don't see why this one should be any different. Because this seems like a great piece of gear to have. You know, I wanted to put it in my Pathfinder canteen kit. Like, not the canteen kit, but it's like the big, I think, 32-ounce bottle kit or 40-ounce bottle kit. And go get my kit for me, please, that canteen kit. It's in my backpack. And I'm going to attempt to show y'all how I was trying to boil water. Because I've thought of another way to try it. Because I'm going to tell you truthfully, I mean, it burns through the oil slow, man. Like, but anytime you put this thing, unless you leave this thing pretty wide open, it goes out. But if you close it, like any more than about that, even that's probably going to put it out. No, it didn't. Alright, well, that's impressive. Give me some water, babe. Alright. Now, y'all can say what you want, but I don't really care. I still keep my stuff in the plastic because I don't want it to get all fucked up just from riding around my backpack in my truck all day, every day. And you can look at the stove and you see I've used that. I've never used the lid. Come on. It is kind of snug, and I found out this alcohol stove will not fit in this kit that comes with it. That kind of frustrated me. But they say Maxpedition makes one that you can get that's a little bit taller that it will fit. So I think that would be an amazing kit. So I'm gonna use that. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I don't really care. I know that I use it. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. So the way I did it last time was I put it like this, and then there's striation marks inside, and so I think I filled it up to the 25-ounce mark. I think. I can't recall. It's been several months ago because it's August now. Alright, let me go get some more water because I don't do shit. Okay, so that filled it up to the 25 ounce mark. And it is 12:41. So let's see how long it takes it this time. Because all in all, I'm going to tell you, I'm impressed with this kit. It's pretty sturdy. I like it a lot. I had it mollied to the front of my 511 pack, but then when you're walking through town or through the store, because I wear that bag when I go places, like with my wife, and we would go shopping at like Sam's Club or Walmart or Target, and I'd wear it. And when you put this on there, people are like, what is this? What are you wearing? It's like, so real quick while I've got it out, I added a few things to it. Like I added, this is one of those silky pocket boy. I actually just got this last weekend at Cabela's. But I like it, it's got two positions. You know, you can position it like that, or up a little bit like that, and it's small. And the reviews I've seen on YouTube, people, I mean, they just beat the shit out of this, and it just takes a lick and it keeps on kicking. And it comes with this nice hard plastic case. I guess this is a clip. I don't know. I mean, it's loose. I mean, it's not going to be snug in your pocket. I don't know that I carry it like that. But then the kit itself came with the lid, the bottle, and the stove and the cup. And it came with the fish mouth spreaders, because there's these holes here that you can pick it up with. I would pick it up, but I want to have a consistent burn with it. And just this lid, I mean, it's got the cutouts for you to use the fish mouth spreader with it. And it's all stainless steel, has a stainless steel lid. And I guess for you to sip out of it right here, I don't know. I don't drink coffee or hot chocolate, or I don't like hot drinks, but then it came with, I think this is a Light My Fire spork. Yeah, Light My Fire, made in Sweden. That came with it. This is a fire still that came with it. I believe this end glows in the dark. Not that big a deal if it does or doesn't. It's a big deal that it came with it, because I mean that could save your bacon. And then it came with this, which is a mini Inferno all-weather fire tender. And I put a bicycle inner tube around it, kind of like a Ranger band, because this little bastard has wax in it, and it got hot in my truck, and the bitch leaked all over this inside of this bag, and I didn't know what it was until I opened that. And then I added, also last weekend, Sea to Summit. These are like TI6 aluminum, or 7075 T6 alloy hard anodized aluminum, and it's a knife and a sport combo. Just because sometimes, I don't know, like when I'm camping, I mean, I do eat steaks or, you know, chicken and something. It might be nice to have more than one utensil. And these came with a mini carabiner. I mean, it's damn sure not a climbing carabiner or anything, but it's just something that'll help keep your utensils together. And you know, I find it might be easier, and that way you know you can scoop down in there. I mean, with this you can also scoop, you know, down the length of the cup, but it might be handy. I keep this in there too in case, you know, my wife's with me or a friend or somebody's with me. That way there's one for each of us. I don't know, I just thought it might be handy to, I like having metal, because that way if I'm stirring, I don't know if y'all have ever cooked with plastic, you know, you can melt the plastic, and I damn sure don't want to eat plastic. So just a thought. But yes, that's all I've added. I've also got a more Bushcraft Black that I would like to add to it. To this, I got to get my Dremel out and kind of shave down the clip for the Bushcraft Black to get it to. That's my son. I got to get the Dremel out to make the clip where it'll fit through the molly, and then I'll add that to the outside too, because this mainly just sits in my bag. Alright, see right now it's been, we started it at 41, it's now 12:46, so it's been about 5 minutes and I've got mini bubbles, so it's already looking more promising. But yeah, I keep this mainly just in my backpack, you know, to use. I keep a couple of freeze-dried meals in my backpack. And water bottles. I keep water bottles in my truck, like a whole pack, like a 40. I think what did we buy? A 42 or 44 pack?
40.
I think we buy a 40 pack from Sam's Club of water that I keep in the truck, and we'll keep it all in there, and that way I should have plenty of water for whatever I may or may not need it for. Because truth be told, sometimes, I'll just put this in there, so it never hurts to have more than one way to make a fire. Because truth be told, sometimes I'll be driving and I'll see people walking on the side of the road, and I'll stop and throw them a bottle of water just because I know it's hot, and I know they're probably hot, and it's just nice. I try to help people out when I can, and I can afford to throw somebody a bottle of water every now and then. Plus, if it was me walking on the side of the road, I would sure as hell like for somebody to throw me a bottle of water if I were thirsty, you know. So I try to, you know, help out the way I would like to be helped out. But yeah. Let's see, it's been, Anna, it's been 7 minutes. Still got flame. Still got micro bubbles. See, what I think might be getting to it is that metal in between. What I thought maybe I need to try is flip the stove part over and then put that where it's open and exposed on the bottom, and then hope that it's close enough together that that bottom will stay, and see if it'll work that way. Or I could have tried less water. Yeah, all in all, I like this kit. I think it might be a little overpriced. Most of Dave Canterbury's stuff is, but I mean, he's in it to make a buck. He's in it to teach, but he's in it to make a buck. So don't kid yourself there. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy too, but a lot of his stuff I find to be like super overpriced compared to other places or other things that you can get. Um, so, I don't know. I boycotted some of the stuff for a while. I'll probably get in trouble with YouTube and the rest of the universe for saying that, but I don't know. I bought something. I think it was I think it was this PLSK1, and I like it. It's a beautiful knife. It's one of the most comfortable knives I've ever held in my hand. I just do not understand what makes it a $300 knife when you have knives like Essie's, SE6, Tops, the Tops Brothers of Bushcraft, Fieldcraft knife. I own the Tops, I own SE4, I own SE6. The SE3 is one of my favorite knives. I use the SE3 more as a neck knife, or an ADC knife. I love that knife, but I just, I think the SEs are pretty well priced. The Tops are pretty well priced. I get all my stuff, like I said before, from Blade HQ. But, and no, they didn't pay me or advertise for me to say that. They don't give me anything. They're just a good place to get knife. They have great, in my opinion, great customer service. I ordered one thing from them that just wasn't the quality that I thought it was going to be, and I should have known because the price. It was only like $25. I wanted to get into shaving with like a razor, like a straight razor, and I ordered one because it said it was like a good training, like a good starter razor, and it was like $25. When I got it and held it, it was just felt like shit. Again, not Blade HQ's fault. It said it was a starter razor, but the handle was just like, felt like super shitty plastic and was just real flimsy. And I called them up and said, hey man, like this isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. It just didn't feel sturdy in my hand. And they said, hey, no problem. Go ahead and send it back to us. We'll issue you a full refund. And I sent it back to them. I think I did have to pay the shipping, but they sent me a full refund. Like BFD didn't charge me a restocking fee or anything. They're real pleasant about it. And truthfully, I ordered damn near everything from Blade HQ, like as far as knives. So I like Blade HQ. I like the videos they put out, the competitions they do. They're just good websites. Seem like a good group of guys, and so I don't mind ordering from them. Alright, it's been 12 minutes, still no boil. This is what I mean, I just don't have a lot of faith in this Esbit alcohol stove. I'm not impressed with it at all. It's steaming. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is steaming. And there's more, like there's a ton of micro bubbles. That's it. See, initially I got this because I work in the oil field, and I thought, hey, this would be a quick way to cook a meal. One of those dehydrated, freeze-dried meals or whatever. Just bust it out real quick, or heat up a cup of hot chocolate. And for hot chocolate, this would be fine because, like I said, I don't like to drink hot drinks. And so just warming the water up, I'm sure this water's plenty warm for a nice warm cup of hot chocolate to warm me up. But it's not boiling, so if I had to, like I always figured out in the oil field, if I ever ran out of water or my truck broke down or something stupid happened and I had to get water, there's always kind of cattle troughs. It's just like a big ass concrete pond that's elevated, for cattle to drink. You can also get right where the well comes up out of the ground, and there's a pipe that runs out that there's no way the cattle could get to. You could drink right from that. And I think that'd be straight from the ground, probably be pretty clean. Or if I just could dip my cup in the concrete pond, I could probably drink from that, you know, and boil it. And that's kind of what I got this for, was for heating up water, or cooking a meal, or hot chocolate, or something. But apparently I wouldn't be able to cook. Apparently I won't be able to cook. With just the, because it's not doing it. And it's been, let's see, we started at 12:41 and it's now 12:56. And not even a hint of a boil. Open one of these windows if it stinks, babe. I'm sorry. Hey, boy.